Peace and shalom, Israel. Before we start the lesson, hit the notification button because we upload lessons every week and I don't want you to miss a single one of them. Like, comment, subscribe, and if there's a topic you would like for us to cover, we'll see what we can do. So until next time, cue the music. All praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And peace to everyone joining us on this program. Of course, this is the Fountain of Israel's Bible Studies program. And as always, it's an honor for me to stand before you on the Lord's Sabbath day. Now, if you guys are looking at the title of the video at the bottom of your screen, I can tell you right now, there are going to be some people that are pretty upset. But I believe that this lesson is necessary. And so I just chose to start with identifying wicked women. So the title of the lesson, as you can see, is Beware of Wicked Women. Now, I think it's interesting to note that the people who are going to be offended are those who fit the description that the Bible is going to point out. Those are the women who will be offended, the wicked women, the women who know that they are out of line, that they are wicked, that they are evil, that they are not among the true sisters who are trying to be righteous. Now remember, I'm married, I have a daughter, so the women in my family are not going to be offended. Why? Because they are not practicing wickedness. They are not trying to be wicked. But there are others out there who pretend to be righteous, pretend to walk the way. And so some of these scriptures are going to sting a bit. They're going to hurt a bit. It is meant to identify the wicked women that are among us. So I have no problem with doing that. I have no problem with exposing wickedness. I have no problem with exposing wicked women. Now I know some of the wicked women are out there already saying, "Well, when are you gonna do the lesson on wicked men and stuff like?" See that you're showing yourself right now. You're revealing yourself right there. If that's your primary concern. So your primary concern should be, you know what? Let me see what this guy's talking about, what the Bible says, and let me make sure I'm not one of the wicked women. That should be the primary concern. So with that, we're going to look at what the Bible says and point out some examples of indeed wicked women. That is whether or not they're committing whoredoms, whether or not they're a good and righteous woman or a righteous wife, what have you, the roles of a woman. And we're going to look at the wicked one. So with that, the title again is Beware of Wicked Women. So it's designed to offend those who fit the description. So we're going to start over in Proverbs 22 and verse 14. Proverbs chapter 22. Let me go there. Proverbs chapter 22 and let's read verse 14. When you get there, let the Bible speak.
The mouth of strange women is a deep pit.
Yes.
He that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein.
Now, here's one of the things right now. Before the guys get a little too happy and like, "Oh yeah, brother, he's about to go in on the sisters and everything." Understand that, you know what? Some of these wicked women that are out there, they are a trap for you. They are a trap for you. If the Lord is pretty much gonna teach you a lesson, brothers out there, he's gonna let you go into the arms of a wicked woman. He's gonna let you have that. So like it says, it's at the mouth of strange women is a deep pit. He that is abhorred by the Lord shall fall therein. He'll let you go right in there. So yeah, that you probably gonna have to pay a bit if the Lord is angry with you. He will let you fall into the arms of a wicked woman. We're still in Proverbs. Go to chapter 21. Chapter 21. We're going to jump all around Proverbs and then we'll get into some of the stories. 21, and let's go to verse 19. Verse 19. 21:19. What does that say?
It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman.
Wow, look at that. And I want you guys to notice that the Most High is actually allowing the writer to write this about these women. Okay? He is allowing the writer, okay, in this case, the one who wrote Proverbs, okay, chances are Solomon, allowing him to write this about women. So he said it's better to dwell in the wilderness all by yourself. That's how severe it can get. Than with a contentious, okay, one who wants to fight, strife, always running off at the mouth, always in your face about something. Than a contentious and angry woman. Now, I'm sure all of you out there know a lot of bitter and angry women. And contentious. That's all they want. They just want to fight. That's it. Every excuse to have an attitude about something. It doesn't matter. It can be the smallest thing. It can be the biggest thing. They just want to have an attitude about it. It's better to be in the wilderness than to deal with a woman like that. Proverbs chapter 25. We're going to jump around a little bit. Proverbs chapter 25. This lesson, I may actually lose some of the sisters, but hey, I got to preach what it says. 25. So we know it's better to be in the wilderness than to be with a contentious and angry woman. Now, look, what does it say in 25 and verse 24? What does that say, brother?
It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house.
Once again, see, so it is better to be in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. You can be in a nice big old house, but it's just, you know why? Because there's no peace in the house. There's no peace, there's no joy, there's no happiness, there's nothing there because all she wants to do is fight. She's so in love with her emotions and how she feels that, hey, it's time to fight. Every time you can't walk through the door and get any type of peace at all. And again, the writer says it's better to live on a, why? Because you get to keep some of your sanity. You get to keep some of your sanity because you just don't want to have to deal with a woman like this. This is sad commentary on a wicked woman. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. We're not done. Proverbs 12. Proverbs 12. It's going to sound like a big bashing session. But as I said before, the one who should be offended is the wicked woman. That's who should be offended. And if I offend a wicked woman, I really don't care. It's just that simple. Because we need less wicked women and more righteous women. Okay, so let's look at Proverbs 12 and 4. Let's look at a contrast here. Go ahead, 12 and 4.
A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones.
You're killing me, Smalls. That's the difference. That's the difference. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. He's proud. He's happy. His chest is out. His chin is up. He does his thing. Why? Because she supports him. But she that maketh ashamed, okay, get on his nerves, nagging, is as rottenness in his bones. You're killing me. Look at what the Bible allows the writer to write here. Because it's true. That's why. That's why it's allowed to be written. It's true. Don't get me wrong, the Bible says things about evil men, wicked men. We'll get to that in another lesson. Okay, we'll get to that later, but we're going to deal with what we're dealing with right now. Okay, so it said a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. I want some of the sisters out there to pay attention. Okay, so go to Proverbs chapter 14. We're going to have a lot of Proverbs chapter 14 in verse 1.
Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Okay, right there. Every wise woman built her house. And look at the contrast. But the foolish pluck it down with her hand. Because you're not, for whatever reason you're upset, because you're not happy, whatever reason, you want to tear down your house. Period. But a wise woman builds her house. Try to make things better. That's what a wise woman does. She tries to make things better for herself, for her husband, for everybody in the household. For everybody in the household. Read Proverbs 31. Okay? Makes everything better. Okay, that's where that part fits in. That's a wise woman. She builds her house. A virtuous woman, a meek and quiet spirit. You know, the kind of woman that the Most High cherishes. Those are the ones who are going to get honor and glory. That's not because I say so. The word says so. Not because I say so. But the foolish woman, pluck it down with her hands, because everything, she just wants strife, she wants contention, she wants disorder, she wants confusion, she wants all that, because inside her, that's how she feels on the inside. So she wants everybody else to feel the same. And that's the problem. That, my friend, is the problem. We're still in Proverbs, but let's go to chapter 11. We're jumping around a little bit. Chapter 11. I want you guys to get these verses, jot them down, and go back and be like, you know what? I don't want to be this type of woman. These women that the Bible is describing, I don't want any part of that. Because we're gonna deal with everything. They're being rebellious. They're being seductive, persuasive, evil, devising bad schemes. It's all kinds. Committing whoredoms, everything. We're not talking about just one type of woman, okay? We're talking about wicked women. That's why I titled it Wicked Women, for all the things wicked women do. They don't just do one thing. So we look at a few things. What do we have? We got Proverbs 11 and 22, and it says what?
As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion.
And what do we see today? We see many women out there without discretion. Just a shame to their household, a shame to their children, a shame to their husband. No discretion whatsoever. Let's look at biblical discretion right here. I'm going to just look at my Strongs here. And taham, discretion. Let's look at this. Taste, judgment, decision, decree. That's what we're looking at, okay? She has no discretion. Like with the way she dressed. Do we have to go far to see women who are dressed, provocative? Yes or no? We don't have to go that far, right? They're all over the place. Some women don't even know what modesty is. What does that mean? What's modesty? What is that? We see women today, no discretion. Look at them on Instagram. Look at them on any social media site, and the women, it's all about their vanity. They're doing all the little memes and they have the programs that manipulate their face and have the puppy dog face and then have the manga eyes and just all kinds of things. And then don't forget, when they pucker up and do all these poses and look at me, and they're at the mall and they're in the restroom and they're in their bedroom and they're across the bed, and every picture is some kind of suggestive, some kind of provocative pose of some sort. Is that true or no? It's that's what it is. Look, this is how I do my makeup, and this is how I do my hair, and this and that, and this and that. It's all vanity. All vanity, all to their ego. And the Bible's really going to talk about that. We're going to get to that. Right towards the end, we're going to get to that. That's all they care about. Their self-esteem rides on it. This, how I look, is the most important thing in my life. That's what it is with a lot of modern day women. How I look is the most important thing in my life. That's it. But like it says in 22, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. It just looks bad. It just looks bad. But we're gonna deal with it some more. I saw an interview where this lady she wears a head covering. She wears the whole thing. The what was it called? It's not the burqa. Is it the burqa? What is it? Hijab. The hijab. There she is. She was wearing a hijab. That's right. Wearing a hijab. So it's pretty much, it kind of covers the cheek too. It had the whole thing. And from modest standards, she was a very pretty woman. She was a very, very pretty woman or whatever. But she's covered up. So it was very, very modest. And the person interviewing her was also female. And she was saying, well, don't you feel, suppressed, oppressed culturally, that, you're not able to show your beauty. You're not able to, take off some of those things and just be able to show and just be happy that you're beautiful. Okay. I thought she had a very interesting response. And she said, actually, what does that say about you or people who think that in order for me to be beautiful, I have to uncover myself? And I thought that was very interesting. Now, see, she was modest and beautiful at the same time. You see what the world tells you what beauty is? What's the definition of beauty? Is beauty straight hair only? Is it fair skin and dark skin can't be beautiful? Or is it being uncovered? The more skin you show, the more beautiful you are. You've been bamboozled. You have a spell on you. I'm telling you. You look at social media. You look at magazines. I know people don't really even buy magazines anymore today. But you look at the cover of them. Look at it. And look what they put forth as beautiful. Less is more. Less clothes is more beautiful. More makeup is more beautiful. When modesty is the opposite. It's more clothes, less makeup. And that's beautiful and that's modest. Interesting. We're going to move on. Go to Proverbs chapter 5, if you will. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb.
Sounds good.
And her mouth is smoother than oil.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
But her end is bitter as wormwood. Sharp as a two-edged sword. Okay, it's sharp on both sides. That's all it is. He said, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. So it sounds good, fellas. I hate to say it, but fellas, some of you guys are looking in the wrong spot. Some of you deserve what you get if you don't want to take your time in choosing a woman. If you're just going to choose her just because she looks great, just because she's hot, just because she's attractive, that's it. If that's the only thing that's important to you, then that's all you're going to get. But the end is bitter as wormwood. You'll have hell to pay. If beauty's the only standard you have, you're going to have hell to pay. If there's nothing else, if nothing else matters about her, there's nothing deeper about her that you care about. That matters. That's a priority. The only deal breaker is if she's not pretty, if she's not a quote unquote, what the world says, a perfect 10, then oh well, I don't want to talk to her. She's got to be a perfect 10. Nothing else really matters. I can deal with everything else. Well, yeah, you're going to deal with everything else. You will. You definitely would deal with everything else. You better see if there's something else deeper in there. You better see if there's something underneath the surface. Beauty eventually fades. Unless you're going to start paying for a whole lot of plastic surgery. And then even after that, she stopped looking human after a while after so many surgeries. Started looking more like a mutant anyway. Yeah. The whole Barbie doll look, it starts getting bad. Have you ever seen some people who have one too many surgeries? It gets pretty bad. Once you start, you got to just keep going. After a while, it doesn't work. But that's okay. That's okay. If you don't want to take heed, no problem. You deserve what you get. Proverbs chapter 2, if you will. Proverbs chapter 2. Keep dealing with these strange women that have no substance. Get a woman with substance, you will be happy. Proverbs chapter 2, read verse 16 for me, brother. Verse 16. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. It's going to sound good, guys. Like I said, the title of this is called Beware of the Strange Woman, of the Wicked Woman. Beware the wicked woman. Now, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattered with her lips. It's going to sound good. Oh, hey, give you some compliments, stroke your ego a little bit, make you feel like you're the big man and all that other stuff. Beware. Be careful. Be careful. I hope you're trying to look for something a little bit deeper. I hope you're trying to get past the flattery and see what she's really about. It's up to you. Proverbs chapter 6. Let's keep pushing. Proverbs chapter 6. And let's start at verse 23. We're going to read a couple of verses here. Let's start at verse 23. When you get there, let the Bible speak.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
Mm-hmm.
The proofs of instruction are the way of life.
Okay, so he said, for the commandment is a lamp and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. 24.
To keep thee from the evil woman.
Keep thee from the evil woman.
From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Go ahead.
Lust not after her beauty in thine heart.
Mm-hmm.
Neither let her take thee with her eyelid.
Uh-huh.
For by means of a
whorish woman,
a man is brought to a piece of bread.
Listen to this. Listen. Let me get you right back up to that point, because I don't want anybody to miss it. He said to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. So this is seduction and persuasion. Yes or yes? Okay. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Do we have that today? When women, where the guys are just going broke because woman just, after she gets a little, seduced, and then all of a sudden when she becomes unhappy, now she's taking you for everything you have. And you're bought to a piece of bread. Comedians use this as fodder all the time. I want half. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Continue.
And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Plenty of guys, the woman gets unhappy, they're married, they get unhappy, whatever, boom, take the kids, take half your wealth with you, period. Because she's looking for the good life. All of a sudden, I don't know what it is, but the money kind of fixes everything. But this is what happens when you want to deal with a wicked woman. That's what happens. She's going to take your kids and then take half your stuff and gone. And this is an adulterous woman. See, this one, she cheated on you. And she still takes half your stuff. You're still brought to a piece of bread. Fellas, I'm trying to help you. So if you do not want to take the warning, and be very, very careful, because the quality of your life will depend on it. You're going to be brought to ruin. It just happens all the time. And you don't have to go more than 10 feet out your front door to see a guy who's married and brought to ruin, who's miserable. It doesn't take that long, because you're not taking your time and really sitting down and figure this thing out before you choose someone as a bride. Period. Notice what it says in this particular scripture. It said, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. She cheated on you, and she's going to take half your stuff. Continue. Then he added, for the guys who want to take a chance, go to chapter 27. These are guys who want to take a chance. Go ahead. 27. Go the next verse. 27. Verse 27. 6 and 27.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
Nope.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned?
Mm-hmm.
So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife,
Mm-hmm.
whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
So fellas, you can't do it. Do not go to your neighbor's wife. You cannot be with your neighbor's wife. She is off limits. Period. End of story. There's nothing to talk about. You meet a woman, she's married, there's nothing to talk about. Once you find out she is married, it is over. It is finito. Period. Hey, how you doing? Hey, my name is Pam. I'm married. Okay, that's pretty much the end of that. It's over. You do not help her with schemes and ways and to try to devise a way so she can leave her husband. No, you can't do it. You walk away, leave it alone. Let that resolve itself. Let it work. Let them work that out, and you walk away, fellas. Period. Do not go unto your neighbor's wife, because you touch her, you are not innocent. And believe it or not, a lot of people are walking around like that today. A lot of women, a lot of wicked women, they're out there, they're divorced. Oh, they think they're divorced. On their 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th husband or boyfriend. You're an adulteress. If your real husband is still alive and he did not give you a certificate of divorce, you're an adulteress. Oh, we're separated. We've been separated for 10 years. Well, separation means you still don't go around sleeping with other people. Oh, well, you know, he's in jail. Okay, well, you gotta get a divorce. You can't just run around sleeping with other people. You're an adulteress until you are released on biblical grounds. Oh, I know I made some people mad, but if I'm reading from the scriptures, am I the one making you mad? So, it says, so he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Okay, let's go to Proverbs chapter 5. Proverbs chapter 5. I find it interesting that the person who's talking about marriage and stuff like that is the one who had the most wives. So he probably have a little bit of experience here. So I'll give him some credit. Verse 20. Chapter 5, verse 20. What does that say?
And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a stranger?
So why would you do that, my son? Trying to teach you something. So why would you do that, fellas? You know, the end thereof is your ruin, is wormwood, it's not gonna end well for you. So why would you do that? Women are checking out men, you know, casing you, sizing you up. You need to be doing the same thing, fellas. Get past the beauty. Get past that. Oh, that's nice. That's like a bonus. That should not be the primary. That's a bonus. Oh, she's pretty. Okay, that's a bonus. That's it. That's not the prize. That's not the prize. That is not the steak. Okay, that's the garnish. That's not the steak right there. So you better be looking for something a lot deeper to see what else is there. Proverbs chapter 7. Proverbs chapter 7. When we get there, we're going to look at verse 8. Proverbs chapter 7, 8 through 12. Okay, so we were just looking at these seductive and persuasive women. Let's continue. Chapter 7, verse 8.
Passing through the street near her corner,
Mm-hmm.
he went the way to her house.
Uh-huh.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
Okay.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot,
Uh-huh.
and subtle of heart.
Mm-hmm. She's sly, she's slick, she's a streetwalker. Go ahead.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Mm-hmm. She don't stay in her own house. Go ahead.
Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
Oh, go ahead.
So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent
face. Said,
I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee.
Mm-hmm.
Diligently I seek thy face,
Mm-hmm.
and I have found thee.
What else? What else did she do?
I have decked my bed with coverings and tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
And with carved works,
Mm-hmm.
with fine linen of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh,
With myrrh, aloes,
and cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves.
Okay, that's it. So he said, let's solve ourselves with love. So she just, she's a streetwalker, and she's like, okay, let's go ahead and party all night long. Party all night long. That's what. And then she even said, what did she say in verse 19? Now her husband's gone. Go ahead. What did she say in verse 19?
For the good man is not at home.
Mm-hmm.
He is gone a long journey.
Oh, my husband, he's going to be gone for a long time. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
He hath taken a bag of money with him,
Mm-hmm.
and will come home at the day.
A point. Mm-hmm.
With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield.
Mm-hmm.
With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
Mm-hmm.
He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter,
Uh-huh.
or as a fool to the correction of the stocks,
Uh-huh.
till a dart strike through his liver,
Mm-hmm.
as a bird hasteth
To the snare. Mm-hmm.
and knoweth not that it is for his life.
Okay, so, okay. I hope we understand. Look, verses and verses and verses talking about beware of this woman. Watch out, son. Watch out, son. It looks good on the surface. It looks okay now, but watch out. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is all the things that she said she has done.
Okay, so I'm backing up to 15. She said, therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works and fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. The good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasten to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Doesn't even know it's about to get real bad for him. Doesn't even know it's about to get real bad. But okay. You still want to mess with her. Let's go ahead and finish that out. 24. Go ahead.
Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth.
Go ahead.
Let not thine heart decline to her ways.
Mm-hmm.
Go not astray in her paths.
Mm-hmm.
For she hath cast down many wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, many strong men have been slain by her.
Mm-hmm.
Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death.
What? Come on. So how are you going to be mad at me? How you gonna be mad at me if we're talking about an adulterous woman? We're talking about a harlot. We're talking about someone who say, hey, my husband is away. Come party with me all night long. He won't be back for 3 days. He's gone for the weekend. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. And then give you the sob story. Oh, he ignores me. Oh, he's mean. Oh, he's always gone. I'm alone. I'm lonely. Whatever the case may be, it's not your wife. You shouldn't be there. I can't make it any more black and white than that. And the scripture says you won't be held innocent. She's wrong and he's wrong. Beware of the wicked woman. It's that simple. It's that simple. If I'm counseling a woman, I don't even want to be by myself with her. I don't. I'd rather not. I'd rather a wife or daughter, somebody be with me at that time. If we're not out in public, fellas, be careful. Be careful. There's a lot of wicked women out there. Be careful. Proverbs chapter 23. A lot of Proverbs, but don't worry, we have some other places to go. We have some examples. Chapter 23 and verse 27.
For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Go ahead.
She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men.
And she increases the transgressor among men. That's what she does, okay? She's a deep, she can get you in a lot of trouble. Can get you in a lot of trouble. You can get caught up. You mess with this type of woman. You can get caught up in her drama. You never know. You just never know. You have a woman, she got 5, 6, 7 baby daddies, and but you don't know the situation of each of them. You don't know if one's a psychopath and in his mind things are not over with yet, but now you're getting caught up. Oh, brother Robert, you saying, a man can't take a wife who already has kids? Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you better check everything out. Make sure everything is settled. And be prepared for what's to come with that. Trying to tell you. There's a lot of wicked women in the world. Sometimes I'm on social media. You guys can go to Proverbs 30. I'm on social media here and there. Okay, I'll admit that. One particular group, I won't say anything. I won't name the group. I won't name anyone's names or anything like that. But one particular group, one young lady saying, hey, you know what? I think I'm a virgin. I'm 26, 25, something like that. And I really think I'm ready to, make the leap. I'm ready. I'm ready to make that leap or whatever. And, I don't know exactly what I need to do. And then you get all these women cascading with comments all the way down the page. Like, oh yeah, go ahead. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. People try to make a big deal, And one woman, 99% of the harlots out there encouraging her, don't worry about it. Just go do it. Then 1%, a few sisters get there and be like, well, sister, find you a nice husband or whatever, make it that one time, and and just be careful, and wait till you get married and all this other stuff. And then all the harlots attacking. The 99% of the harlots attacking the 1% of the righteous women out there who giving her good advice. You say, oh, you're making it a big deal. It's not all that, you don't say that about a guy. Should the man have to wait till he's married? You don't have any scripture for that. But again, hey, that's the kind of world you living in. They say, well, sister, your virginity is worth something. You're a prize. Give it to your husband. That's who deserves, your virginity. And say, oh, it ain't that big a deal. These are the comments that are coming back. Oh, did you wait until what? What kind of justification is that? So if I did something wrong, I'm not supposed to tell someone to do it the right way? Hey, I robbed the bank. I didn't. I robbed the bank, and I don't think you should do that. That's the wrong thing to do. I'm not supposed to say that or something? So if a woman says, you know what, I didn't wait for my husband, I wish I did. She's not supposed to say, hey, maybe you ought to save yourself for your husband. That's a gift between you and your husband, not just something you throw around willy-nilly. You can only give it away one time as far as, virginity is concerned. Why don't you wait and make it count? What is wrong with that advice? I'm trying to see the holes in that. But yet I see 100 comments saying something to the contrary. It's not that big a deal. Don't worry about it. Girl, just go ahead and do it. Y'all get dressed up. Go sit on a bar stool somewhere. Have a couple of drinks. And party. Yeah, go on Tinder. Back page. All. Are you? This what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we come to. Yeah. So if some of the women out there get offended, I'm actually glad. If you're a wicked woman and you're getting offended, I'm actually glad you're getting offended. And if anyone's been following the ministry, I'm not so in someone's face. I don't attack anyone. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know what I need? Or the young women of the world need? More righteous examples. Because all they have is a bunch of harlot examples. Dress this way, wear your hair this way, wear this kind of makeup, be sexy this, tight that, short this, see through this. And what are the examples our daughters have? All of a sudden, as parents, we're the fuddy-duddies. We're the ones who stuck up. We're the ones who, what's the big deal? We're the ones who are strange. Now, the righteous are strange. That's a strange thing. Modesty, that's a strange thing. That's weird. Let's go on over to Proverbs 30 and 20. Proverbs 30, verse 20. When you get there, brother, let the Bible speak.
Such is the way of an
adulterous woman.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Yeah, because she don't know. She has no idea if she's done any. She goes around, does her dirt, and as long as she can justify it emotionally, as long as it is justified emotionally, I've done no wrong. She's like, I've done no wickedness. I'm good. Everyone else done it, I'm gonna do it. He did it, I'm gonna do it. She just justified long as it sits straight with her emotionally. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense or not. It doesn't matter. As long as she can reconcile it emotionally, it's okay. I've done no wicked. I'm good. My conscience is clear. Such is the way of the adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I've done no wicked. Now we know that Bible has a certain way of saying things. We know that eating something and wiping your mouth in and of itself is not wicked. But since the description is an adulterous woman, that tells you that she has done something adulterous, right? Okay. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Now, modern day women today, we're going to go over here to Mark 10 and 12. Okay. First time we stepped outside of Proverbs, we won't need any more because I think the point's made. So let's go to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 12. I just want this one right here. Let's see. Mark 10. Mark 10, verse 12. We just want the one verse. Mark 10, verse 12. What does that say, sir?
And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery.
Mm-hmm. So, a woman put away her husband. She goes away to her. Okay, she didn't divorce. She just goes away, marry someone else. Okay, goes away and marry someone else. Someone else. She commits adultery. That's what I'm saying. So, ladies, you're on your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th boyfriend, 3rd, 4th, 5th husband. If it has not been settled correctly, according to the Bible, you're still married to your husband as long as he's alive. You can read that in Romans. Don't you know that a woman is up under the law for as long, a law of her husband, as long as he liveth, as long as he's alive? You commit an adultery. Doesn't matter that you went down to the state or stood before a bunch of people and said, I do. If the last relationship is not resolved biblically, he's still your husband. If he's alive. That's why the book of James, it'll start off introducing it, say, adulterers and adulteresses. And then it goes on. Because Israel has done things the wrong way for a long time. That's what's going on. Now, we're going to look at, for you think it's all about, it's not all adultery. It's not all about adultery, but we're going to look at a couple things that, a woman can get under your skin and can nag you and just get at you until you finally, they wear you down. You remember Family Matters and Urkel would go after, what's her name? Laura. And over time, after a couple of seasons or whatever, what'd he say? I'm wearing you down, right? That's what it's like. Judges. Let's go to Judges real quick. I'm wearing you down. Urkel and Laura, 16. So let's see. Chapter 16. Let's pick it up, verse 13. Okay. Look at Samson and Delilah real quick. Go ahead. Judges chapter 16. We want to take a look at Samson. Now, Samson wasn't supposed to take a woman of that tribe. He was going against the Philistines, and wasn't supposed to take a woman of the tribe, but he took one anyway. Why? Because she was pretty. She was, good looking. She was pleasing to his eyes, and so he took her anyway. So okay, let's see over time. Let's just see one of the things that she did, which Judges 16:13. When you get there, let the Bible speak. And Delilah.
And Delilah said unto Samson,
Hitherto,
and thou hast mocked me, and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web.
Mm-hmm.
And she fastened it with the pin,
mm-hmm.
and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee,
mm-hmm.
Samson. And he awaked out of his sleep, and went away with the pin of the beam, and with the web. And she said unto him, How canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me?
Okay, now look at what's happening. Brothers and sisters, look at what's happening. So you guys read the story, but look at what's happening. Okay, so Delilah said unto Samson, hereunto thou hast mocked me, because she asked before. Okay, and we already know the source of his strength in his hair. If it gets cut, boom, his strength leaves him. We already know that, right? So I saved you guys the suspense. However, she asked him a number of times, what's the secret of your strength? Now, he told her a lie here, a lie there, and every time, if you notice, she'll do whatever he lied to her and said, this is the secret of my strength. She'll do that, and she'll say, hey, wake up, the Philistines are here, they're coming to get you. And he wake up, dispatch them, kill them, run them off, whatever. And then she's like, she has the nerve to be upset. You lied to me. You were just trying to get me killed 3, 4, 5 times already. But he's not picking up on it. Samson, come on. Come on, man. This is what we're doing. And again, as it says in 14, she did exactly what he said. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, The Philistines are upon thee, Samson. He wake up out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. Okay, got it. 15. And he said unto him, How canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? How you going to say you love me and you won't tell me how I'm supposed to get you caught up? Why? Tell me. Come on now. Come on, Samson. She must have been really pretty. I want to see her.
I do. I want to see her because that's got to be something. It's got to be something about her. So 15. Go ahead, brother. 15 said, and she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Go ahead.
Thou hast mocked me with these 3 times.
3 times.
And hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words.
Daily.
And urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death.
You killing me, Smalls? Again, every single day. Every day. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. Talk about nagging. Talk about that drip, 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 till he just couldn't take any more. And finally in 17, what did he say?
That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. I have been if I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Delilah
saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
And there you go. So we don't even have to finish that. We already know the rest of the story. This time they got him. Now in this case, you could say that Samson deserved what he got. Gave in to a woman, her smooth words. But at first, her smooth words. But then after, it was the nagging. Over and over and over and over and over. Fellas, be warned. That's all I can tell you. Be warned. If you don't want to take heed to what the Most High is trying to tell all of us as men, be warned, because you're going to get what you deserve. Now, don't get me wrong. If over time, you're still dealing righteously, you've been a stand-up dude, you've been a stand-up man, you've been a righteous leader, you're doing the best you can. Nobody's absolute perfect, but you're doing the best you can. We know what perfect means in the Bible. It means maturity. So if you're trying to be perfect, you're trying to walk the best you can, then don't worry. He'll get rid of that Vashti and you'll get an Esther. Don't worry about that. But just make sure you're upright and seek some wisdom, some discernment. Think first. Don't fall for the beauty or the flattering words. Go a little deeper. Mark chapter 6. I want to look at a very interesting story over here in Mark chapter 6. Go with me there. Go with me, Mark chapter 6. I want to see something really interesting here. I want to pick up at verse 17. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of history first, okay? Because I don't want to be in the same stories, the same type of list. Sometimes we got to go a little deeper. We got to go crack open the history books and look at a few things and to get a good understanding, okay? Now, in this story, we're talking about Herod and we're talking about Herodias, okay? So just so we can set the stage when we read this story, okay? We have the female. Her name is Herodias, okay? Now, here's her relationship. Here are the men that are surrounding her, okay? Picture a triangle, and she's right in the middle, okay? At the top, you have Aristobulus. That's her father. Herod, Aristobulus, and Philip are brothers, okay? Herodias came from Aristobulus. Herodias, the female, married Philip, her uncle. She married her uncle. Herod and she concocted a scheme. She left Philip, his brother, and married Herod. She was married to 2 brothers. Okay? She married her uncle, Philip, divorced him, and married Herod. And this is where the story picks up. And this is where John the Baptist had a problem with. And you'll see it in the story. Okay? So now let's take a look. Read verse 17. Mark 6 and 17.
For Herod himself had sent forth and laid a hold upon John and bound him in prison for
Herodias'
sake. his brother Philip's wife, for he had married her.
Okay. Herod married Herodias. Philip is Herod's brother. Okay. Now, Herod, who was the king at the time, put John the Baptist in jail because of Herodias. Continue in verse 18.
For John had said unto Herod, it is not lawful for thee I have thy brother's wife.
Oh, it is not lawful for thee to have thy brother's wife. That means Philip was alive. That's why you can't have your brother's wife. Because your brother is still alive. That's his wife, and he's still alive, so she's off limits. Because I know some brothers will be like, well, what about the Levirate law? No. If the brother is alive, it doesn't count. That only kicks in if the brother had no children and he dies. Then you can go and have his wife and bring up children, and it'll count as the brother's children as well. That's how that works. But in this case, brother's still alive. She just left him and went to the other brother. That's why Herodias didn't like John the Baptist. And you're going to really see that unfold. She didn't like him so much to the point that I will continue reading. You'll see why. In verse 19, therefore Herodias, go ahead.
Therefore Herodias had a
quarrel
against him,
Mm-hmm.
and would have killed him, but she could not.
It's not in her power to do so. See, she wanted to kill John the Baptist because it's like, how you gonna tell me who I can marry and how come I can't marry the king? And that's what she's. Who is he going? Who is he? Don't listen to him. We can get married. Whatever. I got a divorce. I got a piece of paper. See, I'm good. Okay, that's what's going on. That's what we're doing here. Okay, he said in verse 19, therefore Herodias had a quarrel against him, John the Baptist, and would have him killed, but she could not. It wasn't in her power. But verse 20, what happened?
For Herod feared John,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that he was just a man and holy,
Mm-hmm.
and observed him.
Mm-hmm.
And when he heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly.
He loved to hear what John the Baptist had to say because John the Baptist was a holy, righteous man. He spoke the truth. Period. Go ahead.
And when a convenient day was come, that Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lords,
Mhm.
high captains, and chief estates of Galilee.
Mm-hmm.
And when the daughter of the said
Herodias
came in and danced and pleased Herod and them that sat with him,
Mm-hmm.
the king said unto the damsel, ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it to thee.
Uh-oh. Read that again. Ask what? Uh-oh.
Ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it thee.
And things turn left after this. Because, see, you got to understand, there wasn't like a contract for everything. So back in the day, your word meant something. Yeah, there were treaties and some contracts, but your word meant something, especially when everyone witnessed you saying it. Ask me for whatever. Now, his stepdaughter / niece, okay, did a dance for him and his captains and all the people, his captains, chief captains, all his lords and all that. I don't know what kind of dance she did for him to say, I'll give you everything, even all the way up to the half of the kingdom. But it must have been some kind of dance. Okay? So he does that. And when the daughter of the said Herodias came in and danced and pleased Herod and them that sat with him, the king said unto the damsel, ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it to thee. That's where you cue the music. Dun, dun, dun. Okay? Verse 23, what does it say?
And he swore unto her, whatsoever thou shalt ask of me, I will give it thee unto the half of my kingdom.
Go ahead.
And she went forth and said unto her mother, what shall I ask? And she said, the head of the John Baptist.
Herodias, the one who hated John the Baptist. Her daughter came back and said, hey, Herod said, I can get anything I want. What should I ask? I can even get half the kingdom. What should I ask? Mom, Herodias says, yeah, the head of John the Baptist. That's what we want. Wicked women. Okay, go ahead.
And she came in straightway with haste unto the king, saying, I will that thou give me by and by in a charger the head of John the Baptist.
Mm-hmm.
And the king was exceeding sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yet for his oath's sake,
he promised,
and for their sakes which sat with him, he would not reject her.
He could not. See, for his sake. You see what I'm saying? He had to keep his word. He had to keep his word. Because she came back and ran in there and asked what she wanted in front of everybody. So he had to keep his word. You see, you cause dissension if people say, okay, you're a lying, manipulative king. You go back on your word and stuff like that. You start losing people who are, are in your ranks. You'll start losing people who serve you, right? They be like, oh, I can't serve him. You can't even believe anything he says. I'm out of here. So you lose loyalty. People like when people are men of their word and women of their word. So you get the point. Okay, and the king was exceeding sorry, because remember what we read earlier. He said, I listened to everything. He listened to everything John the Baptist had to say, because I don't know, he was just and holy and righteous. He was a good dude. He was a good dude. Even if I didn't want to hear it, he told me the truth. I like that guy. But then he promised his niece / stepdaughter, I'll give you whatever you want. Crap. Yet for his oath's sake and for the sakes which sat with him, he would not reject her. And what happened in 27?
And immediately the king sent an executioner and commanded his head to be brought, and he went and beheaded him in the prison.
Wicked, went 28, go ahead.
And brought his head in a charger and gave it to the damsel, and the damsel gave it to her mother.
And that's all she wanted, brothers and sisters. That's what she wanted. Wicked women. That's a wicked woman right there. So mad just because a dude simply said, look, man, you guys shouldn't be together. Hey, brother, Herod, you can't marry your brother's wife. He didn't say you can't marry your dead brother's wife. Philip was alive. His brother's alive. You can't do that. That's not right. You can't do that. And she got in her feelings, got a little persuasive power, because it wasn't in her power. I'm sure she asked a couple times. I'm sure she said, hey, Harry, you know what? Can we go and kill John the Baptist? He's like, oh, sweetie, don't listen to him. It's okay. It's cool. He's a good dude. Don't worry about it. Probably nagged him. Hey, I was thinking today I was gonna get a glass of orange juice, and maybe you can kill John the Baptist for me. Babe, chill out. It's cool. Okay, he's in jail. I put him in jail for you. Okay, it's cool. He's harmless. Don't worry about it. It's wild. His hair's all messed up, eating honey. It's cool. Don't even worry about it. And then when opportunity struck, and he uttered some words, not to his wife. Okay, he uttered some words, not to his wife, but to his niece daughter. Okay. Okay. All right. Not to his wife. Okay. So he says, hey, you know what? That dance was so good. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of dance that was. That dance was so good. I'll give you anything you want, up to half the kingdom. She goes to mom. Mom says, hey, get the head of John the Baptist. And there you go. What in the world? Wicked women. And he brought John's head on the platter. Wicked women. Okay, so that's Herodias and Salome. Now, it doesn't say Salome in the text, but in history it says that, this woman is Salome. So go to Genesis 39. Y'all still want to look at some wicked women? Let's go. Okay? Because I'm saying, don't be like these women. Do not be like these women. 39, we're going to pick it up at verse 9. Genesis 39, verse 9. Let the Bible speak.
There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back my king from me but thee. Because thou art his wife, how then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?
Look at that. This is Joseph. He's like, what are you talking about? I've been put in a really good position. There is none greater in this house than I, neither has he kept back anything from me but thee, but except you. Okay, I have whoever I want, but I can't have you, because his wife, okay, Joseph, talking about Pharaoh's wife. How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Okay, go ahead, continue. Verse 10, verse 10, go ahead.
And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day,
every day,
that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her.
To lie by her or to be with her. I am not going to sleep with you, woman. Stop it. You're somebody else's wife. Matter of fact, actually, you're my boss's wife. Okay, you want to get technical. You're my boss's wife. We can't do this. Stop asking me. What she asked him day by day? Every single day, the same thing. What my bedroom do though? Nothing. I can't touch you. Nothing. Verse 11. Go ahead.
to do his business.
Mm-hmm.
And there was none of the men of the house there within.
Mm-hmm.
And she caught him by his garment, saying, "Lie with me." And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
Oh my goodness. Wow, dude had to actually run. Read it again. Read it again.
11 again.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business,
Mhm.
and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, "Lie with me." And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
Okay, now this is a righteous man. He said, "You know what? I'm not having this. I'm leaving. I'm gone." She grabbed him by his coat. He came out of his coat. Just like, no, I'm out of here, and ran. Fellas, you might want to take a lesson from one of our forefathers, Joseph. You might want to take a lesson. Now, he still got caught up. She still lied. He didn't sleep with her, but he lied. But she lied and said that he did. Wicked women. He ran. He not only did he not sleep with her, he ran. He's, no, I'm out of here. I am not about to get caught up with this one. This is a Pharaoh's wife. No, this is not going to happen. We're not doing this. Don't do it. This is a great wickedness. Great wickedness. We can continue the story if we want to, but we know what happened. Read the rest of it on your own. Okay? Let's go over to 1 Kings. Going over to 1 King. We're going to knock out these last two stories and going over to 1 King. 1 Kings 21. 1 Kings 21. Okay? When you get there, let's go to verse. You know what? Let's start at 20 and then we're going to read to 25. Go ahead.
Verse 20 to 25.
Mm-hmm.
And Ahab said unto Elijah, Hast thou found me, O mine enemy? And he answered, I have found thee, because thou hast sold thyself to work evil in the sight of the Lord. Behold, I will bring evil upon thee, and will take away thy posterity, and will cut off from Ahab him that pisseth against the wall.
Every man, go ahead.
And him that is shut up and left in Israel, and will make thine house like the house of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat.
Jeroboam, the son of Nebat.
And like the house of
Bahasha,
the son of
Ahijah,
for the
provocation
wherewith thou hast provoked me to anger and made Israel to sin.
Okay, so Ahab has done a lot of things that upset the Lord. And then 23.
And Jezebel also spake the Lord, saying, The dog shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel. Him that dieth of Ahab in the city, the dog shall eat, and him that dieth in the field shall the fowls of the air eat.
Now let's see who was the instigator for all this. Let's see where a lot of Ahab's decisions came from. Read the next verse.
But there was none like unto Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of the Lord, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up.
Oh, his wife stirred it up. Jezebel stirred all this wickedness up. He done so much wickedness, and his wife stirred it up. Now, he was a weak man, he shouldn't listen to his wife that much, especially when in regards to wickedness. You shouldn't do it. Your wife wants you to do something wicked, you don't do it. Say, nope, we're not doing that. Nope, sorry. It's that simple. But look who stirred it up. He did so much wickedness, and Jezebel stirred it up. So we're going to go to our last place, close this thing out. Real simple. I'm just telling you, sisters, don't be like these women, because here is coming a stern warning. So let's go to our last place, which is Isaiah chapter 3. Let's go on over to Isaiah chapter 3 real quick. Let's go to our last place and close this thing out. Chapter 3. And I want to pick it up at verse 16. Now let's see who the Most High is addressing, and then we'll continue. Moreover, the Lord said what?
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
I don't want anyone to miss this. Okay, we're talking to the daughters of Zion, Israelite women, correct? All right, now let's take a look at this. He said, moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. We're talking about arrogant, chin all up, can't tell them anything. Today they're what? Diva. Haughty. and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. It's all about being what? Fabulous. Okay? 17, therefore the Lord will what?
Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
Oh yeah, you're going to be exposed. Okay? So we're breaking it down. You're going to be exposed. Okay? You grew up in a hood. Anytime you see the lady, you know, the ladies who have hard time growing their hair, chemical burns and stuff with all the perms and all the things in their hair, scab. What does the Lord say? Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head. Have you not seen this before? You have not seen women, especially the daughters of Zion, you have not seen them with hair problems? Crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. Go ahead, 18.
In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets. And
the calls is a front band, a woman's band, like a headband. Okay, you can maybe a tiara or something like that. Go ahead, verse 19. The chains,
the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and
the mufflers, a veil. Go ahead.
And the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings.
What else?
The rings and the nose jewels.
Oh, these women are decked out. They have everything on. Everything's nice, fine linen. The clothes look great, look awesome by today's standards. So he's identifying, hey, the daughters of Zion and all y'all looking, it's how you look and it's your appearance. That's the only thing that's important to you. I don't feel good unless I look fabulous. Okay. He said the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the leg and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings and the rings and the nose jewels. 22.
The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods.
And wimples is a cloak, but go ahead. The glasses and the fine linen what?
And the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
Go ahead.
Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war.
26.
And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
Yeah, because none of that stuff is going to matter in the end. All your adornments will not matter. All the jewelry and your well-set hair and all the pretty makeup and all, it's in the end, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. So if your primary focus is sitting back and trying your best, everything in your power to be a diva, to be fabulous, and you just have all this wickedness in your heart, it is not going to matter. It is going to burn away. You're going to realize that that's not a covering for me whatsoever. And you're going to realize you're going to actually want to be covered if you go to Isaiah 4. We won't go there today. But they're going to be looking for a covering. And the covering that they have here is not going to work. That's why, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. It's just not going to work out for them. In 24, he said, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there should be a stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher and a girding of sackcloth, the burning instead of beauty. Let me just simply say, and I'll close out, is that I don't want any of this to happen to the daughters of Zion. But some of them are already on that path. Because we have no example for our daughters out there, and some of you sisters out there, the wicked ones, are so set in your ways you don't want to hear anything. No one can tell you anything. Well, let's see when the Lord's wrath comes. Is all your makeup and your jewelry and your bracelets and your chains and your muffler and everything that tinkles and shimmers and shines, if that's going to save you. And to the fellas, you got the verses. Go back.
Study for yourself. And you figure out if you want someone of substance or if you just want someone that looks nice. It's totally up to you. But be warned. Beware of wicked women. I hope someone got something out of this lesson. So until next time, search the scriptures, improve all things. Peace and shalom, Israel.